Hey, it's Justin Moore, and here are this week's top 5 trending news that are influencing families. So Peace Tea, which is a Coca-Cola brand, has launched an influencer marketing campaign called Choose Peace. They have their Peace team, which is a group of influencers that is doing random acts of kindness and encouraging their audience to do the same. They quoted data that said that 75% of 17 to 24-year-olds said that they have performed a random act of kindness in the last 3 months. That's staggering. And that 83% of those who have been on the receiving end said that they have been inspired to pay it forward. You know, Gen Z and millennials are notorious for always saying that they identify and favor brands who want to make a difference, right? I think there is a line though, as a brand, that, you know, as long as you can do it in an authentic way and not be exploitive, it can be very successful. For those of you who are Netflix subscribers, I want you to be super honest with me right now. How many of you knew that Disney is going to be yanking all of their content off of Netflix in 2019? Don't be shy, leave it in a comment, it's okay. Actually, Business Insider and Alpha IQ teamed up to survey current Netflix subscribers, and they found that 68% with young children were not aware that Disney is going to be taking all their content off next year. And they're actually launching their own platform. I've actually been reading Ken Auletta's book, Frenemies, and he talks about how media companies like Disney have provided the streaming platforms content for kind of short-term monetary gains, but maybe perhaps also building up competitors in the mid to long term. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how many people will actually subscribe to a dedicated Disney streaming platform, and if that's enough to justify another monthly expense. So Bloomberg had a great scoop that Amazon is going to be publishing a printed holiday toy catalog. It's going to be mailed out to millions of people across the US this year, and it's also going to be handed out at Whole Foods. They actually also reported that Amazon was looking at perhaps moving into some of Toys R Us's spaces when they went bankrupt, but those plans have since been scrapped. You know, Walmart and Target are notorious for these printed out catalogs, and of course a ton of kids still, you know, cherish these catalogs to make their holiday lists, right, for their gifts. I think we're going to continue to see Amazon doing unconventional things offline like this as they continue their omni-channel expansion. So Adweek asked a really interesting question when they're talking about the demise of Toys R Us. They also asked, are Jingles also on the way out? Come on, you all remember the Toys R Us theme song, right? It's, I don't want to grow up because I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with, right? So I'll stop. But I love that song, right? I totally associate that with my childhood, right? But Joel Beckerman, who is the founder and composer at Man-Made Music, said that, you know, if you think about all the really famous jingles of yesteryear, right? They're all like 10, 20 plus years old. And so he also made an interesting comment, which is that jingles don't really scale across platforms very well, right? I mean, you think about this 30-second TV spot, it's kind of becoming a relic. So I'm curious, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that jingles will still be around in 5-10 years? And Wendy's just posted their first story on Wattpad. If you don't know what Wattpad is, they've got over 65 million users worldwide. It's a story sharing app where users can write stories on pretty much any topic. They have a very young and female demographic, which I think is what Wendy's and their agency VML is trying to tap into. This is not a paid campaign. This is completely organic. They created a channel and created a story. Wendy's and VML is notorious for this, right? They do these kind of crazy things that go viral, and they don't, at least initially, put a ton of paid media behind these experiments. So it's really something to think about to let the creative lead.